Hi, everyone. How is everyone? It's Thursday afternoon. We're going to revisit a story that we talked about earlier this week about Laura Jallali of 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way. Now, earlier this week, she was on Instagram telling all the thirsty biatches that she was pregnant at age 51 or 52. I can't remember how old she is. And it got a lot of people very worked up, let's just say. Now, Laura is married to Aladin, who is from Tunisia, and he is 29 years old and she is 51. And their romance has been very questionable because she is such a much older than him. He is a very fit and strapping man, and she is pretty but not, it's just a not, I don't know, the match doesn't make sense to a lot of people in terms of why would he be with such an older woman, and had a lot of people screaming like, oh, this is so fraudulent. Okay, so on Instagram, Laura during this whole season has been acting like everything is fine, everything's great, they're still married, they're all going, everything's great, right? Except there's been a lot of clues in this whole scheme that things aren't great. And Laura has been on Instagram like saying, I'm still with him, we're happily married, back off ladies. But then Aladin has been like deleting messages, and he has been deleting photos of her. He doesn't even follow her. He has her blocked. And then there's like all of these leaks coming out. Like John Yates, who is a blogger that covers 90 Day Fiancé, has said that like there's been tons of leaks like that they're getting divorced. And then there was an IG page that actually said that Aladin actually served her with divorce papers this week. There was a leak that during the reunion that's coming up soon, that Aladin actually asks Laura for a divorce. But this whole time, Laura has been sort of trying to present appearances that they're still together. She posts old photos of them. She tells all kinds of wild stories. And I don't know if she's just struggling with the breakup or not. But one specific lie had a lot of people really agitated because it's very clear that their relationship is over. But then suddenly she announces on Instagram this week that she's pregnant, which got people up who struggle with infertility very upset. And I would agree. I think it's really, I hate when celebrities, especially like the teen mom girls, share all that clickbait of guess who's pregnant, and it's like a link that doesn't have anything to do with it, and they're constantly teasing about their pregnancies or making people wonder, and it's really tacky and it's really insensitive to people that struggle with infertility. And so when she makes a statement like I'm pregnant when people know she's not with him, it made a lot of people upset. So on Instagram this week, she wrote, okay, thirsty women, and you all say we are divorced. We are not divorced. We are together, and we love each other very, very much. Aladin removed my pics because he got sick and tired of you all putting me down. I'm so sorry, thirsty women, but Aladin is my husband. I love him. He loves me, so get over it. It already lets us enjoy our life. By the way, we have a muffin in the oven. So immediately people were like going over to Aladin's Instagram page and asking him like, are you guys pregnant? Are you having a baby? And then he makes a joke like, oh, if we are pregnant, it's the little purple thing, Machine's baby. Because obviously on this season, she brings over a vibrator, which ultimately upsets him. And it didn't go over so well because it's just not a cultural thing that's appropriate. And so then people were like accusing her of lying. So that's kind of where it all started. So quickly on Instagram, a bunch of people start posting screenshots of what's going on. And I was extremely skeptical because I follow Laura's Instagram and I know she's not known to tell the truth. So this is the talker of SHITs and they wrote, today Laura and I had a conversation where she came clean about her pregnancy and the status of her relationship with Aladin. This was really taking a turn on the dark side, and I'm not sure how much more I'm going to touch on the topic. If these issues are something that you are sensitive about, just go ahead and skip reading this one. As of right now, she is not pregnant and they are not together. Posted with permission. And so in the screenshots, the IG owner of the page says, I know you're in Ecuador right now. I'm sorry you're going through a hard time with Aladin. Abusive relationships can take a really big toll on someone mentally, emotionally, and physically. You don't have to lie about this pregnancy. Just let it go. It's easier now to admit it was a hoax rather than perpetuate it. I just asked you this morning to come clean. I know you're not pregnant. You need lots of healing because this relationship has clearly damaged your spirit greatly. And Laura said, yes, I'm visiting Evelyn because of the stress has been very difficult. I will tell you this, okay, and believe me, it's no lie. I swear on my son's life, I very much had an ectopic pregnancy. I was so sick, and my doctor, when I was in Canada last month, told me that the blood work came back and I was pregnant. It's 100% truth. I am nowhere near menopause yet, and it really upset me to read this. I am no longer with a baby, and it crushed my world because I lost everything in life all at once, it seemed. And I couldn't even tell Aladin about the baby because he has me blocked. I wanted Aladin to see the post. I wanted him to know we almost made a baby, so close. And then they wrote, people make stupid mistakes when they're upset. I think you're clearly in a fragile state right now, but this lie was damaging to your reputation and also wasn't going to get Aladin's attention in a healthy way. What can be done to help you? Do you think maybe talking to a therapist? I think you need that right now. And she said, I'm here now with really good friends, and it's a help and a distraction. Laura, take some time off of social media, delete your Instagram right now, and give yourself space and time to heal. And she wrote, nobody knows how horrible Aladin was to me. You know everything I own that I had that had meaning and value is in Qatar, and he will not even allow me to get all of my values from our apartment. And they wrote, guess what? That stuff is not as important as your mental health. It's just stuff. And she wrote, gifts from family, items from my brother who passed away. But you need to unplug. Stop doing this SHIT on social media and take care of you. Police will not even assist me unless I have receipts. I asked Sharp to help me, but they said no. So she says that she had an ectopic pregnancy and then lost the baby, which, again, people on Instagram are saying is a complete lie. And it sounds like whatever happened in this relationship has got her so twisted in the mind, and she just is, I don't know, doing anything to prove to people. Maybe it's the backlash she's getting from viewers because of the discrepancy in their ages and people questioning the authenticity of the relationship. But she has been so adamant this whole season that they're not together, and Aladin has been very not even pretending they're together. So I don't know if she's trying to put on a front, if she's trying to keep people guessing, if she's just really sad about the relationship ending. We all make really bad decisions when things are going wrong in our lives. So then someone actually posted a video. She's in Ecuador visiting Evelyn, who was with Corey, and Evelyn was actually on Instagram a couple days ago saying that Corey has her blocked. So there's questions on whether or not Evelyn and Corey are even together anymore. And then they wrote this: I don't like being lied to, and pregnancy is never something to joke about. And they wrote, I have it on good authority and then some that Laura is not pregnant and was never pregnant. Thanks to my super credible sources and some from Frauded by TLC, we have discovered this to be a massive untruth orchestrated by her, motives still unknown. And then they also shared this. During a conversation with Talker of SHIT, Laura has admitted the pregnancy is a lie. I have independent verification, not from Laura, that Aladin had been emotionally and possibly physically abusive towards her, some of which we will see at the tell-all. Because of this, Laura reacted poorly, to say the least. She will allegedly be posting an apology and retraction and taking a social media break. I hope this happens and it allows her to begin healing, and clearly something needs healing to create a lie to begin with. So they come out and they're like, she's not telling the truth. She was never pregnant. So that initial ectopic pregnancy thing that she said wasn't true. And it just gets messier and messier and messier. And then allegations that Aladin was abusive, which I don't think is really that far-fetched if you watch the show. He is extremely controlling. He consistently emotionally blackmails her and blocks her on social media, doesn't talk to her if she wants to know if he's cheating. It's a very unhealthy dynamic by all means, and he is very clear that he's the one that wears the pants in the relationship. And that power dynamic, I think, was very difficult for her and a very big cultural difference for the two of them. So then, after those drop, I popped on over to John Yates' page because he seems to cover a lot of the 90 Day Fiancé. And she said, sorry, I meant to say in Qatar, I have these new nails. You're back in Qatar. Oh my God, where do you live? Yes, please don't tell me for filming. No, I'm back with Aladin. He bought me a new car and said I can bring my dog. Thanks, honey, I'm okay. And then another screenshot says, when's the baby due? February 1st, but no, I don't know. I was pretty sick, actually, and I'm feeling better. And then John wrote, liar, liar, pants on fire. Laura confirmed that she's with Evelyn in Ecuador in the moment. She's not pregnant, wasn't recently in Qatar with Aladin. He didn't buy her a car, didn't let her bring her own dog. They are not together, and it's also not sure how she could have been due date on her non-pregnancy already. I honestly believe zero that comes out of her mouth. And then John shared more screenshots where she says she is pregnant, and she says, my husband's chasing women. I can't say SHIT or I'll lose my money. Liam is right. That's all I can say. Aladin is not a good man. He let the fame go to his head, and now he makes jokes about my pregnancy. But on the tell-all, you'll see the true Aladin. And then they wrote, and when you see Aladin on the tell-all, you will say, oh my God, what a jerk. Liam was right. Aladin should be over the moon happy, but Aladin has several girlfriends, and basically he rathered them over anything. The fame went to his head. You know, every day women ask him to marry him. And when I say women are thirsty, oh my God, you have no idea. Then they send naked pics and they say, I will buy you a one-way ticket and we'll give you a green card. And he is married. And then this was the final one that dropped, which said, facts about Laura. And they say they got these from sources. Laura has been through menopause. She was served divorce papers last week in Arabic. Laura's soon-to-be ex-husband, Aladin, says she's not pregnant. And multiple sources close to her say Laura is lying. Pain and trauma make us do really dumb things, right? They make us sometimes make up really bad lies. And maybe she was making this as a way to get Aladin back. But again, it is so disrespectful to all of the women that struggle with infertility and men to make up a fake pregnancy to get attention. It's the whole stereotype of how women lure men with a pregnancy who they don't want to be with. The men don't want to be with them, and they trap them with the pregnancy. Like, what was she going to do if he did respond to it and she didn't have the baby? Like, what was going to happen then? It's really unnerving to me that anyone would make these kinds of statements. I was questioning whether or not she would be able to be pregnant at 50. And listen, I know you can get pregnant after 50. I know you can have menopause babies. I know women go through menopause at different ages. So it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that she could have the baby. It was more so like, I never bought it. I always thought she was lying. And now it's confirmed that she was lying. And that's really, really unfortunate. And I really hope if she's going through something that she gets some help, because these sort of like pathological lies and like grabs for attention are like serious calls for help. And her son on the show has made statements multiple times that his mother like has a propensity to pick really bad men and get in really bad relationships. And typically if you're making a pattern of mistakes and getting involved with the wrong people over and over and over again, there's something in you that's making you attracted to those types of people. So I hope whatever she's going through, she stops this nonsense. I hope she apologizes to all the men and women that struggle with infertility. I hope she apologizes to fans for lying. And I hope they can just like stop the lies to begin with. No more lies, Laura. Just be honest. All right, you guys. I will be back later with more, but that's the latest from 90 Day Fiancé, Lauren and Aladin drama.